Hello, and after a month of waiting, this finally came in the post. And it's a tactical pen. Now, I've been waiting for this for ages from China, but what a tactical pen is if you haven't seen Weapon Collector's videos on them, because he's done a few on them, these are basically pens you can use for self-defense, or actually as a pen, or to get out of a vehicle if it's crashed and you need to break glass. And they're kind of really practical little things. Obviously, it's a pen first and foremost. Now, that end there is what I think's tungsten they use on these for the glass breaker. Then, basically, I'll show you how it disassembles. We'll do a little field strip. You twist it here, take the lid off, there's your actual pen. So if you're writing with it, and obviously it does write, that's your pen. So you've got your glass breaker at the far end of it. And then if we unscrew where the pen itself is, you've got the spring assisted bit to come out, and then you've got your sort of actual ink cartridge there that's replaceable. And in there you've just got a spring and everything, which is used for obviously keeping the pen where it's meant to be in the actual pen. So let me just thread that back into the screw, sorry, the spring, then put that back together again. Now with the lid, if you want to take the little pocket clip off, you can do. You can just simply unscrew the end of the lid. I won't do that all now. Take that off and then screw it back in. But I quite like having it actually in a pocket, because that means I can remember to carry a pen on me. So obviously it writes, that's the main function of a pen, but being a tactical pen, it has the glass breaker on the bottom, which means that you can swing this down, and when you swing that down, obviously you're able to break glass or defend yourself if you're attacked, and it might have some other uses as well. So it's fairly heavy for a pen, but it's not a stupid weight. It obviously weighs probably something like 4 or 5 times the weight you'd have on a little crappy plastic pen. But it's a really practical thing, obviously, because it can break glass. So, obviously, if you had to get it out of your pocket and use it in self-defense, it would be very easy to actually, swing a pen like this. As assume you'd really kind of just want to do punching actions like that with it. I've seen lots of videos where people break glass with these, so I'm going to try it on an empty beer bottle in a minute and show you on the video if it works. But I have seen videos where people have actually got old car windscreens and they've just done that and it's literally shattered the entire windscreen, so they seem to work. I did give this a quick test on my riot shield and a bit of wood earlier, and it leaves surprisingly big holes for the size of it and not doing a particularly hard swing. Now with the riot shield, it doesn't physically make a big hole in the riot shield, but what it does is it makes an indent that's bigger than if you'd shot it with a 12 foot-pound air rifle, or stabbed it with a knife. So that's pretty impressive that a little pen doing that with that sort of tungsten end or whatever it is, makes a bigger hole than or a bigger indent than actually using a knife or a 12 foot-pound air gun. Anyway, let's get a beer bottle and I'll do it over a bin, and then we'll see if we can get it to break. Right, you can see there's a bin here, pretty self-explanatory. Let's have a go at breaking the bottle. Ooh, yeah, that went right through. Bit of glass caught me there on my finger, but otherwise that's, pretty good. Try another one. I'll do it a bit lower down in case any glass smashes up. Well, other than that that went very, very well. But yeah, I'm sure you can tell from that video without much effort at just doing that, it's literally broken bottles easily. So that's really impressive. Obviously if you had a flat piece of glass it'd be even easier just to do that. I was literally on the second bottle just doing that to it. I wasn't even, hitting it with decent speed, because when I hit the first one fairly hard I had a bit of glass ricochet up as seen. Gave me a bit of a nasty cut, but yeah, well, not nasty, it's not even a problem, but still, you know what I mean. So yeah, very, very impressed with this. The metal is a little bit scratched at the bottom from obviously hitting sharp glass, but that's not really a problem. That would polish out. But yeah, this is very impressive. I can see why Weapon Collector likes these so much, because in the UK, as said in lots of videos, it's completely verboten to use stuff in self-defense, really. So if you can get stuff like this, which is at the moment totally legal, It's very practical because I actually did want a pen regardless to actually carry around with me, because I'm one of those people that's always losing pens, you know, don't have decent clips on them and have to borrow other people's, which is a bit embarrassing when you're trying to write something like, oh, can I borrow a pen, can I borrow a pen? So, you know, rather than buying a pack of 20 crappy pens, you could buy one of these, you know, refill it when it's run out of ink, and you've got something you can use for self-defense or in an emergency to break glass or something, or just for a bit of fun if you've got nothing else to do. You know, assuming you're doing something completely legal with it. I'm not going to tell you to do illegal stuff with these, but yeah. Very impressed with this by just how easy it is to break glass by doing that to it. So yeah, I got this one from GearBest. If you watch a lot of weapons collectors videos, he'll have the links in there for all the GearBest stuff if you're interested. I can't remember what this exact model of it was because I watched a few of his reviews and this was the one I liked the most, but you can get these in loads of different designs. I'm sure if you're interested, just Google tactical pens and you can find loads that, you know, have all different functions. The one I like with this is it's not a clicky pen, so that's, you know, one less thing that can go wrong with it. You know, the pen is actually under a pen lid. As I said, if you wanted to use it really efficiently as a glass breaker, you could take that off. I'll just show you quickly. So take that off, pop that back on, and then you've got a much nicer striker with no, whether or not you'd actually want your thumb over it when you go down, I don't know. I don't know if the jolt could actually cause a thumb injury, but regardless, without this bit on, it's a bit easier to grip when doing it like that. But obviously I like the pocket clip myself, because simply by having the pocket clip on, it means I can put it in my pocket, which means I won't lose the pen. So there's always that. As I said, just simply pop it into a pocket like that, and you've got the pen in your pocket for when you need it. So yeah, very impressed with this, as said. They're only like £5 or £6 if you buy them direct from China. I don't know if there's UK and US sellers for these that would do them for, you know, like maybe $10 or £10, you know, a bit of a markup. But regardless, for like the £5 to £6 price this costs from China, these are really nice little things, and I can definitely see myself, you know, having this in like every EDC type thing I'd do.